Areas are very different, not similar. Every leg is different.
The stages in the area where they are, I don't really know about them. I've never raced in that area, but we're going to have to pick up our act and learn because we want to win that.
What can we expect from the new event? At a press conference in Sydney, Gary Connolly gave us some idea.
The 2009 Repco Rally Australia will be based on the Tweed Coast in northern New South Wales. The service park will be on the beach at Kingscliff, a beautiful location, and the special stages will go west from there through Murwillumbah and out to the wonderful little town of Kyogle. The roads will be very different to Perth. The roads will be shire roads, not forestry roads, so that means they're going to be wider, they're going to be faster. Very spectacular, very open, undulating countryside. So all in all, we think the 2009 Repco Rally Australia will be something worth watching.
Before we leave Perth for good though, let's remember what made it such a great rally. Here's Chris Atkinson on the classic stage, Bunnings.
All right, everyone, I'm going to show you through some of my in-car from 2006 Rally Australia, one of the most exciting stages that we did. It's really loose and slippery. We'll start playing it now and see what you think. I'll talk you through it and show you some of the action. All right, we start the stage. We're a little bit into the stage now. It's quite fast at the start. We've come up, we'll turn right. This corner here, actually, I had a big moment the year before. I spun in 6th gear, I think, a little bit too quick. We spun down the road, lost 5 seconds or something. It was pretty exciting, but I lost our bumper. Come down the hill here, really slippery surface. This is probably the loosest stages of all the weekend in Rally Australia. It's in the Bunnings area, so a lot of gravel. These roads don't get used a lot, so there's no clean surface. You can see the car squirming around a little bit. It's really twitchy, even in the fast. Up to 6th gear, then braking over this corner, junction left. You can see a lot of side roads as well. It's a big sort of plantation where they do a lot of forestry work and use some of the trees, etc., for building things. You can see all the trees on the right are clear. Some years you'll turn up, there'll be huge trees. The next year you come back, there's no trees. So scenery is always changing, but the road pretty much stays the same. Down between the trees here, pretty quick. 6th gear as well, flat all the way up to this. There's a fast right-hand corner, if I remember rightly, and it's quite tricky as you come back down into the trees. You can see the braking's really difficult. I'm coming on and off the throttle, trying to find the grip, looking for the grip. You hear the wheel spin on the exit of the corner, sort of not finding full traction because there's so much gravel. One of the things you can see on this shot is that there's a bit of a clean line for me. I'm not first car on the road. A few guys have gone before me, so there's a little bit of a clean line, and I can start to push over the crest here. You need to get your line right. You see the car swerves again. If you're offline at all, you're into the trees, so you've got to be sharp and ready to react. Braking in Rally Australia is one of the most tricky things to get used to because it's so slippery. You've got to brake well early, find the grip, and slow the car down for these corners. There's no point coming there too quick, otherwise you're going to hit a tree stump on the side or take a wheel off. These stages are quite sort of unique in terms of fast sections, then really slow corners, fast section, and I guess that's the way the plantation roads have been designed, and it's not twisty like some European rallies like Corsica. You're always sort of 5th, 6th gear with an occasional 2nd gear corner, and then you're off again straight up to 5th and 6th. So carrying speed in these fast corners is really important. Try not to lift. You lift in one of those corners, you lose a couple of seconds, and that can be a stage win. In Rally Australia, it's usually pretty close, and you don't want to give away any time. You see we've got some fresh young trees now. Obviously they're replanted here, so maybe different to what it looked like 10 years ago, but the road, sort of same characteristics, same as the same. It's a big jump there. That's where I think Richard Burns flew pretty big a few years ago, nearly took out a cameraman, so got to watch out. It's getting closer to the end now. A few Ks before we come to the famous jumps at the end, which everyone will know. It's an amazing bit of scenery and huge crowd and big jumps, so it's good fun for us and good fun for the spectators. It's a little bit technical before we get down into the jumps area. You see a bit of dirt going over the bonnet. We run the cars quite low for downforce and speed, but sometimes it will scoop a bit of the loose gravel up onto the bonnet in braking or in ruts. This section can get quite rutted because the soil's quite soft, the roads don't get used a lot, and then the ground digs up really easy. A World Rally car's got so much torque and power. See once again there, the car dips down and dirt flies over the windscreen. Sometimes we get it coming through the roof vent and into our eyes. It's not easy, not fun, but you've got to keep focused on the road. see using all the road there, a bit of a bump. Again, a slow junction, and then or flat out again. This section, again, another junction, and this goes on for a few corners before it opens out for the finish, which is exciting.
Very long, 9 left, opens on crest, 30, 9 right.
For sure, you got to take some risks to win it because it's so fast. Here we go, down into the first dip. It's a big compression here for the car. Fly off that one, big crowd on the left, another jump, then come down for the last corner before the water splash. It's so much fun to be in the car during this period of time because the car, like, sailing through the air, you're not sure where it's going to go. See the mud on the exit of the water splash there, catches everyone out a little bit, you run a bit wide, then flat out over this crest and straight to the finish flat. That's that stage. Hope you enjoyed it.
And we hope you enjoyed the show too. So, after 18 years of history, Rally Australia is back and ready to write some new chapters in rally history.